Music has always been the #1 thing for us. It's the thing that has driven every other aspect of our career. People can pay attention to all the antics or whatever ridiculous get-ups you're wearing or the videos or anything like that, but the thing that is the core of what we do is the music, and we take it really seriously. The Red Hot Chili Peppers have always been a band that has been about love.
Our chemistry is very precious to us.
Anything goes with the Chili Peppers.
We just don't shy away from our dicks.
Give it away, give it away, give it away.
What we do is very exciting, and I would never want to let the audience down.
Success is a funny word. I mean, the way I sort of look at it, we've been successful for years now.
A lot of times, if I would have had the guts, I would have quit.
We had to actually go through everything we did.
As an artist, I ended up going on a severe decline.
We feel good to be around. We feel good to be alive.
There's a reason why we're still together, for sure.
Okie dokie pokies. We are the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Howdy, partners. I'm Clem.
And I'm Flim.
We're Clem and Flim Pepper.
Howdy.
Like two sweet peas, even sweeter than anything could happen.
Well enough to tell us that we know each other better than we know ourselves.
Flea, introduce this band to us, please.
Okay, I'd really like to say. Okay, you know, it's really great. I really like it here next to those. On vocals, we have. On drums, we have. And on guitar, of course, we have. We're kind of warm, we're kind of sensitive, kind of loving, we're kind of full of the wonders of the earth. We come to bring love, to spread it all over the land.
Just kind of stumbled into this predicament. And I never really had any intention of being a rock and roller.
It was an accident for me. I stumbled into it. It was like I opened the wrong door and there was a party waiting for me.
We've always concentrated on music. You know, it's always been of vital importance to us, and it's always been the thing that made us do everything that we do. And the core and the reason for our whole being is playing music.
It's kind of a ribosome Golgi apparatus that can't quite get the mitochondria out of its endoplasmic reticulum.
I have a great relationship with music. I can't imagine, going a day without it. It's just the greatest thing in my life, pretty much.
Music has always been the #1 main thing for us. It's all, it's the whole point of being in the band is playing music.
Soul sacred love.
Anyone that would consciously, apply any sort of rock and roll cliches to their life, obviously would not fit into being a Red Hot Chili Pepper. And someone that just had a natural passion, love for music, and particularly a love for funk music, would be someone that could be in the Red Hot Chili Peppers.
We're wide open to anything and everything.
Our umbrella is really big, and everything fits under it. So any idea or any sound or feeling or influence, it all goes. There really are no restrictions.
Anything goes with the Chili Peppers. That's the great thing about our band is we can do all different kinds of types of sounding songs. It's all good.
What happened with the Stevie song is, he had been begging us to do the song for a number of years. We kept saying, Stevie, get off my back. We don't have time to do your songs. Go talk to somebody else. He persisted. He called me on the telephone in the middle of the night. Finally, he offered a very large cash sum if we would, in fact, cover his song, as well as some other favors, which I can't mention over much television. But it was the cash sum.
we get kind of two kinds of reviews. You get the reviews of the people that really like us, and then every once in a while we get these reviews of people saying, oh, well, they're white and they're trying to be black.
When the Chili Peppers started playing the style that they were playing, they had no idea that it could ever be on the radio, you know. They did it because it was music they loved.
That desire to mix it up, break barriers down, both musically and intellectually, I'm thinking back then, you couldn't have had a blueprint. Even though the Peppers were looked at as a blueprint for a lot of bands later, you were their blueprint, you couldn't have had one.
Well, thank God. Who wants a blueprint? Then you're just going to make something that's already been made. You know, I hope we still don't have a blueprint. Music should be there to change one's taste and to open one's mind and to take one's brain in new places and to lift a person's spirit in ways that they themselves couldn't have ever done. That's the purpose of music, like, not to just repeat yourself. We're certainly not trying to do anything that we did before. Once people start repeating themselves, that's not music anymore. That's just somebody being a clone of themselves. We like all the good music that flows and comes around.
Yeah, you know, all the good kinds of music. We just like all the good ones, don't like the bad ones.
That's why these groups who are doing like the punk funk thing and stuff, it's unexciting to me because it was proven, you know, we proved, you know, 12 years ago that music could be on the radio and stuff.
There's people that create things and they're artists, and there's people that run around trying to look like other people and copy other people.
I have the advice for people who are starting writing music and being musicians is don't be influenced by stuff just because that's what's popular at the time. You don't just ignore something just because it's not popular anymore or in style at the moment. You feel the passion in you and you go after whatever music you hear around you that corresponds to that feeling in your head. Going through life as yourself is the strongest thing you can do, you know. You'll never become out of touch that way.
We're not a band that I think worries about having limits, you know, musically or physically or any which way. We just do whatever we want whenever we want to.
What is it about you guys and your penises?
It's not just the penis, it's also the vagina, the wonderful ruby fruit jungle known as the vagina.
We like to exhibit music, we like to exhibit love, we like to exhibit freedom, we like to exhibit the teamwork of our band. Sometimes it just feels good to do all of that and be naked at the same time.
When you feel so comfortable, you know, with a particular aspect of life such as sex, and you sing about it, and it's part of your music and it's part of your energy, and you're not afraid to be comfortable with it, then you're normal, in my opinion.
The fact that we have such a powerful sexuality to our music and to our performance and to our lyrics and to the bass humping your face just correlates with the fact that we're completely free in everything that we do. We just allow the sexuality to come out. I think most any healthy young man playing music, you know, if you felt like it, could let the sexuality come through. It's just that we have no lid.
You know, the existence of sexual energy is such an everyday part of life. It's such a natural aspect of life that we end up relating to it without any shame, right? Because it's there, but it's not just the penis, it's also the vagina, the wonderful ruby fruit jungle known as the vagina. The idea that we're comfortable with our sexuality, and so, you know, they're so freaked out by the idea that somebody isn't uptight about their sexuality that they key in on that and they think that that's all we're about. But we're about 500 million other things as well. You know, we just don't shy away from our dicks.
I found one of these. Do you know what this is? It's your rider. I gotta point out, Calvin Klein black boxer briefs and Hanes tight white medium briefs. We know what kind of size underwear you guys wear now.
Actually, I don't wear underwear ever because it's much healthier for your testicles. Because, no, seriously, the further they are away from your body, the cooler they stay, and then you have a healthier sperm count. So I never wear them. I just, you know, but I used to wear them all the time on stage. This is the first time in ages that I've done it.
Someone's got to do what we do, and it may as well be us.
This is the bone for the road.
No, we shouldn't give him a bone.
Let's give him a bone for the road.
We already gave him that tat. A lot of times, if I would have had the guts, I would have quit, you know, but I didn't. I'd like to say this is the last show I'm going to be doing with the band tonight. I'm leaving to go be the lead singer for Quiet Riot.
Scar tissue that I wish you saw. Sarcastic Mr. Know-It-All. I'll close your eyes and I'll kiss you, 'cause with the birds I'll share.
New band member? Okay, who's the new band member?
Playing the,
Come on, don't be shy.
He's going to be playing my skin flute. No, just kidding.
Put him in a headlock. Put him in a headlock.
Dave Navarro, ladies and gentlemen, the handsomest man in rock right here. Go ahead, ladies. Take a minute.
When Dave first joined the band, it was awkward at first. And then we finally got together, like the two of us got together, and all of a sudden we created something that was, I knew, that was unto itself a brand new thing and a beautiful sounding thing. It was definitely a cause for joyous celebration.
Yeah, I can
imagine. It was definitely like, woo!
I love all of you. Hurt by the cold.
I remember after John left the band, we got together and we were jamming, and John was gone, and we were playing, and Chad was just playing. I was like, man, this guy is on it, you know. And we're playing together, and it's like, this is beautiful, but where's John? You know, I really miss him.
What really worked was when John came back to the band.
It's good to have him back. It's good to be in a band. It's good to be playing music.
I'm really grateful just for the fact that I'm playing music, and I don't forget for a second that I wouldn't be playing it if it wasn't for the belief that Flea and Anthony had in me. I knew I wanted to be a guitarist. In high school, I said that I was going to be a guitarist, and then they didn't believe me. They thought I should figure out something else to have as a backup in case it didn't work out as a musician. And I said, no, it is going to work out.
What memory has stood out the most?
Hello, Dying is definitely a strong memory.
It's basically a heart-to-heart rendition of the relationship that I had with our guitar player who died, and just how I was feeling about the whole situation.
Was there any danger of the Red Hot Chili Peppers disappearing?
I don't think that there was any conscious decision made by the band after the death of Hillel Slovak to go on or not go on. We just kind of let things happen the way they happened. But his death is much more. It was when he died, I think the last thing that either of us thought about was the band. I mean, we thought about our friend. I think like you have to go through really suffering and misery before you can gain a certain kind of knowledge.
We had to actually go through everything we did in the last 8 years for this record to have meaning and to exist. I mean, this had a lot to do with John disappearing, with me disappearing.
Before I quit, we weren't getting along well, you know. It being successful and each of us reacting a different way to it had made us to where we weren't friends anymore.
It's difficult too, because when you're with somebody like that all the time, you know, I mean, it's just like living with a family, you know, with brothers or sisters or whatever. When you're all together, sometimes you want to throw a vacuum cleaner at them.
My own personal growth as an artist and my own personal problems, and feeling like I had to find my own path in life in order to continue to be myself and not to be a clone of myself, I had to quit the band. And for me, myself as a person was more important than the band. The time that I quit the band, I had the most distorted, warped image of who I was. Even though I was trying to resist the trappings of being a rock star, I was still, that was still me, you know? I still, in a lot of ways, thought I was the most important person in the world. A lot of the time, your worst enemy is your ego. It was my theory at the time that to resist the world of success was to remain true to yourself as an artist. I was wrong because as an artist, I ended up going on a severe decline.
I don't ever wanna feel like I did that day. Take me to the place I love. Take me all the way.
My main period of inward sort of exploration was between 1993 and 1997, where I pretty much didn't do anything but like communicate with ghosts and spirits and stuff.
My friends are so depressed. I feel the question of your loneliness.
For me, every time I ever, like, you know, got drunk on a bottle of wine or, you know, just took a bong load, you know, 25 times a day or whatever, I was getting further and further away from being able to be a focused, good musician. What I resist is giving in to the temptation to just do things only because they feel good, like something like drugs or alcohol or something where you're just desensitizing yourself at the end of the day, and then you're not actually facing who you are.
Drugs, you know, I've done my share, and they stopped working for me years ago. I don't do them anymore.
Yeah.
You know, I'm clean now, and life is really quite spectacular in that state of mind.
Drugs, once a rhythm starts happening, they don't do what you think they're doing. They have a false kind of effect on you.
People ask me all the time, well, isn't it hard to stay clean when you're on the road? And no, it really isn't. When you're into being clean, it's like that's just the energy you attract.
For me, it's not a battle anymore because I worked everything out. I have the right spirits on my side now, so life isn't any kind of a struggle for me. I just do what I'm put here to do, which is make music. By doing things like yoga to keep myself relaxed rather than drinking wine to keep myself relaxed, doing something like yoga and eating only things that are really healthy. Your music and your life and everything is constantly going forward, going straight. All Flea says when you hear the album is that he thinks it's the best thing I've ever done in the Chili Peppers or outside of the Chili Peppers. I don't really think of it in an exponential relationship to the Chili Peppers. I just think of it as being the other music that I make, and for me, it's equally as important as anything I do in my band, you know?
His record is amazing.
He said my record is amazing!
I said his record is white, 'cause life is beautiful. I know for sure.
You guys are notorious for antics.
If you dare me to jump over the edge, I'm going.
Okay, no, please.
I'm going, I'm going!
Stranger things have happened.
I'm going!
I don't feel the same way.
Is that gonna fade away?
Hey, look, let's get that for you. Thanks so much.
We're just going to sit here and meditate for 20 minutes before we begin, if that's all right.
This guy is just a bystander. We don't really know him very well at all. We thought we'd let him hang out.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
And then John's going to teach a beginner's jiu-jitsu class for pregnant women.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
They had a little thing going that I didn't really know about.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
It's dope and death and everybody chill and word.
Well, I'm sailing. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You've had quite the involvement in the Hollywood lifestyle. You grew up in it.
Yeah.
It's affected you as a person, or is it just like growing up anywhere?
No, it's affected me deeply as a person in more ways than I care to account for in front of these 14-year-old girls.
Okay.
I grew up in Michigan until I was 11, and I used to visit my father in the early 70s, late 60s, and the early 70s, and, you know, California was just such...
it was such a dynamic place to visit my dad. I was like, wow, this world is just booming with magic and intensity.
I drive on the streets 'cause she's my companion. I walk through the hills 'cause she knows who I am.
I just like the energy in the air, you know. I like knowing that I'm in the same place that Jim Morrison and Darby Crash lived, you know. Just makes me feel good to write music in that place, you know. I think a lot of good music's come out of there.
California has a lot of great things and a lot of really bad things about it.
The city, she loves me, lonely as I am, together we cry.
In LA, everybody has to believe in something. You know, to be in LA, you have to either be like New Age or be into, you know, music or some kind of religion or some kind of something or showbiz or something. Everyone has to be something. You know, you can't just kind of be a regular knucklehead in LA.
Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on, heavy glow.
A lot of new bands that start out, there's a lot of things that worry them about, like how they're not going to make any money and they're not going to be any good and stuff. Now that you guys have been a success, what worries you?
That we're not going to be any good and we're not going to make any money.
Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now. Give it away, give it away, give it away now.
Success is a funny word. I mean, the way I sort of look at it, we've been successful for years now. People are just sort of recognizing our success more than ever before.
We've got our noses right down to the funk stone, funking away like wild mammals. And you know, every time we look up, people have different expressions on their faces. And this time we looked up and they were handing us money.
See it expand into to grow into something as international as it has. It was just fascinating. You know, we didn't think about it. We didn't expect it.
The 2000 MuchMusic Video Award for Best International Video goes to Red Hot Chili Peppers, Californication.
We are very grateful to be loved and to be wanted and just to be alive.
It was difficult for us to accept all the awards tonight. I think we won, was it 11 or 9?
11 this year.
Awards. But we're grateful for all the awards that we won.
I should also point out that we'd be really happy without any of the awards, you know, but as long as we get them, we're proud to get them, but they don't mean nearly as much as the feeling that we get when we play together.
Criteria in a group category when you're up against the Backstreet Boys and the Spice Girls?
Well, I'm looking forward to having sex with the guys from the Backstreet Boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're very cute those guys are.
This whole like Backstreet Boys thing, I mean, normally I don't mind shitty music, you know? Like, it's not that offensive to me, but it's just, I don't get it. Like, how are people so duped by it? Like, you know, everyone's like so fooled. It's like, you figure people by this time, all these years have gone by, people would figure out
what's sincere and what's not.
Or just like who's playing music and who's not.
I'm not trying to slag off the boy bands and the teeny bopper kind of thing, but I'd like to see people play their instruments and write good songs.
We feel very honored that it reached so many places in the world, and that's a very satisfying feeling.
We're very happy when anybody likes any of our songs because it's just nice to get them out and have the public enjoy them.
Now it's very clear that they like us.
concert goers spared nothing on the ground. Bonfires were fed with anything flammable, and a sound tower was brought down.
It's a great shame that this event that in so many ways was successful and uplifting had to end this way.
It's really a kind of an impossible thing for a band to control what happens with 100,000 people. You know, obviously we always hope that no one gets hurt.
You're one of the few acts that can call yourselves a Woodstock veteran.
Yes, we were there.
You were
in
94.
69 and 94. You haven't aged. You haven't aged at all. You look very good.
What made you want to say yes again?
It's just a cool, thing to do. I think it's a lot of good bands, a lot of great music. 3 days, people are going to come and party.
And I do get a sense, though, that a lot of that peace and love with these people, a lot of it's fabricated. They're trying to achieve that kind of level. I think the Peppers may have sort of a built-in love going on there.
We do.
I've seen Flea and Anthony kiss even one time.
Really? I've seen more than that. No.
What we do is very exciting, and I would never want to let the audience down. I love showing an audience, giving them love through music and through performance.
At this point in the band's career, is there still a charge from playing?
Every night I feel very grateful that so many people have come to see us. From my innocence, all I see is just how did 14,000 people think of all coming to see us on the same day and in the same time.
The playing itself is always a spiritual thing for me.
You still go traveling when you're on stage?
I'm always reaching.
When we step up on stage, there's an energy that's there, and it's only there because the four of us are there. And it's like, I often get the sense that it's that energy is what makes it exciting when we're on stage.
Is there any pre-show rituals?
Well, I don't know if it's a prayer circle or not, but we do have some rituals that we do. And we do them every night.
Every time before we get ready to play, we have a soul circle where we all hold hands and we give each other little loving antidotes, and then we slap each other in the face.
Is there an energy exchange? Can you feel something?
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Madonna ruined it with Truth or Dare, the prayer circle.
Madonna does this prayer circle?
She did for the Truth or Dare documentary.
Madonna? What a turd burglar.
Let's kick ass. Yeah.
Focus all of our energy into one big channeling tube, and it goes out to the audience, and the audience comes and brings that energy back to us, and then the energy comes through us, and then we channel it back out.
It's a never-ending cycle.
You see how that works? See that? See how that works? And when it's a good night,
we call it the continual flow.
It's like the ecosystem.
We feel like us and the listener are one thing, because that's what the process of listening to music does, is brings people together, and we're good people to be with because we're good people. Rock stars are like good people to look up to.
It seems like a strange thing to say.
It is? I mean, who else you can look up to? The president?
Always nutty like this? How do we get so popular?
I would actually die for them.
Thanks so much for the warm reception you gave us. It made me feel so good inside.
7 in the morning.
Yeah! Anthony, you're sexy, man. Gorgeous. Sexy. It's red hot.
Are you becoming sex symbols?
I think
Anthony's a sex symbol. I once tried to sell Anthony's pubic hair at a show, and that didn't really go for much.
I would say that if anybody in the band was considered a sex symbol, it would be Flea.
I don't think so.
But it's with men, though, for Flea.
Well, see, the thing is, it's like for the girls, like, oh, Anthony's so beautiful, and his muscles and long hair, and oh, golly, he's so sexy, and the way he moves and sings, and he's so beautiful. And with me, it's like, dude, you're so awesome.
Okay.
Wow, dude, wow.
Flea is God, dude.
I love you, man.
I love you too. People that are uptight about the Kiss on the magazine are the same people that are going to be watching macho football players in tight pants wrestle around and slap each other on the butt and think it's the all-American macho thing to do.
I really like Dave, and I'm not afraid to kiss him.
Lady Killer, that's obviously me.
Oh, God.
All right, this is a little kiss.
Okay, got that out of my system. We've been coming to Canada for years, and every time I come to Canada, I meet a new woman, and I do my best to impregnate her, and these are just some of the children that I've left behind.
Weren't you ranked at #1 for having the finest looking groupies? Did you know about this?
What ranking is that?
Groupies, I was fascinated by the luxury of that lifestyle for many years, a long time ago.
They seem to be getting younger and younger. What do you guys think about that?
Who's getting younger?
The groupies, yeah. We bring strollers to our shows now just to make sure they get home safely.
Stroller access.
You know, we don't want any accidents.
Once people would just want to give themselves to you for no really good reason, just because you're famous or you're in a band. Even if you're not famous in a band, you know, they're there for you. And then it's like, what's the point? Where's the challenge? Where's the fun? Where's the chase, the romance, the whole thing? Yeah, so I lost interest. You know, for a while there, I loved it. From town to town, it was kind of an adventure, but I was, 20 years old.
I think we kind of outgrew the groupiedom thing. At least most of us have in this band.
Standing in line to see the show tonight, and there's a light on. Julie's rule! Yeah!
The Red Hot Chili.
Pick it up, it's not too strong for you. Take a piece and pass it on. Fly away on my cell phone. I feel it more than ever. And in this perfect weather, we'll find a place together. Fly on.
Rick commented on the Californication sessions. He commented on the band at how they were maturing and growing up, which is scary.
Who said that?
Rick Rubin did.
When?
Californication sessions.
Did he?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, compared to where we were, anything was maturing.
Yeah, no, have you seen a videotapes of us in 1989?
I think he's talking about we went from like, age 5 to age 8. In a couple of years, we'll start getting pubic hair, but a whole different topic.
Does age play a factor at all?
It doesn't get in the way. I don't really know what it does. I mean, I know that during the course of my lifetime that a lot of things have happened which over time I have learned to use these things that have happened to help me to grow as a person, to be a more understanding and a kinder person. Through whatever pain that I've felt or traumatic situations I've been through, I've learned to let those things flow through me and to transform me. And I feel like I've grown a lot as a human being, and it took me this time in my life to do that. So I'm real happy to be where I am.
Yeah, there is this media-driven fallacy that, that which is young is better than that which is aged. And that's just something that is born from fear. There is something to look forward to and an honor and a beauty of aging and learning and focusing your energy. And, it would be absolutely asinine to not go through that process. I mean, we wouldn't be sitting here now because if we were still doing the same thing that we did, 15 years ago, no one would care.
We're not at a loss for vitality at the moment, and I won't even question it because it's just so good
that it doesn't seem worth questioning.
The last Chili Peppers album was completely different than the one before that, and the next one's going to be completely different from the last one, and that's the way I have to work. I have to always turn the corner and go in a new direction in order to continually be interested in it. If we were still playing the same crap that we were playing in 1989, I mean, who would care, you know? It would be awful, you know? It's important for us to do something new, you know?
Does your own band give you goosebumps still?
Sometimes. For me, it's more of a drool test when we're playing a song. It's really, I know that if we're playing something that's new, and I'm getting into it, and I'm not even thinking, and I'm getting into that space where there's really nothing but the music, which is a really beautiful space, I'll invariably begin to drool. And so if I look down and if I all of a sudden I kind of look and I see a big piece of drool coming down, dripping onto my shirt and onto my bass, then I know that that's something good. You know, I know that there's a good music going on.
If I have an idea, the only way I give it any merit at all is if it's something I haven't thought of before. That's the purpose of music, not to just repeat yourself. To me, once people start repeating themselves, that's not music anymore. That's just somebody trying to do something in order to guarantee a certain amount of income or something.
I like to make money as much as the next guy, but the emphasis for me is on my spiritual well-being. My main thing is what it's always been, is keeping myself together. I just try to have peace in my body and my heart and my brain, and to be in a position where I can take care with every note and be at the best that I can when we get on the stage to play the music. We take it seriously, man. If you're playing stage in front of people, people come to see us play. We want to be as best as we can. We do everything within our power to prepare to be as good as we can, physically, spiritually, emotionally, everything. The music has always been the #1 thing for us. It's the thing that has driven every other aspect of our career. People can pay attention to all the antics or whatever ridiculous get-ups you're wearing or the videos or anything like that, but the thing that is the core of what we do is the music, and we take it really seriously. Part of us being a band is having a respect for each other and seeing each other as people that are really trying to get better and improve themselves and be really, take their craft seriously and constantly try to get better at it, which inspires me. I want to honor them. I don't want to be dead weight. You know what I mean? I see John Frusciante constantly growing and blooming as an artist and studying and getting better and doing all these things. That's inspirational to me to want to go home and study and practice and try to learn and stay humble and always, see myself as the ignorant fool that I am. Keep that mind of a beginner, because a beginner's mind is the best mind that anyone can have.
Is there a level of respect that you're sensing that can only come with time?
I think it's just about, relating to people, and it's not like some weird, we revere them, respect kind of a thing, because I think there were people back in '83 that kind of understood and appreciated what we were doing, and they were excited about it, and they wanted to just mix it up. So I don't think that necessarily comes with time. People just sense, that you care about it and that it's real to you and that, it's worth talking about. Our greatest hits release is a little bit different perhaps than the average because we're not dead, and we're not disbanded, and we're not dysfunctional, and we're not disvital. We're still vital and more in love with music than ever.
It's going to bring back memories for a lot of people listening to it. You being the artist, creating it, are there memories for you when you listen back to old stuff?
Just the moments of writing the songs. It's all that comes back to me is what we went through to write the songs. All I remember is the moment of Anthony walking up to the microphone and starting going, give it away, give it away, give it away now. The first time I ever heard him do that, it was just so funny. We were just all laughing our heads off, and that, you know, that's the kind of stuff I remember.
The greatest hits thing for us is just something that we're doing because we can, and we have this body of music. They're saying, hey, you can put out a greatest hits, so we are. Right. But then, you know, right away we're going to go and make another record, so it doesn't seem like, oh, well, they're dried up and they're putting out their greatest hits, because I don't think we are.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers have always been a band that has been about love, and everything we've done has always been based on love.
You know, we love each other, you know, and no, literally.
You know, love is the answer.
We're just here to spread the cosmic love vibe, the blues, sacra blues.
It's not a wimpy thing for us to express true and sincere love, and it's never been that way for us, you know. I think that as time goes by, we become better at doing it. We've all experienced tragic loss, and you basically have to appreciate everyone, in particular the love of the people that you care about.
As a band, we all really care about the feelings of one another, and we all know that we need to be supported by the other ones, and everybody's, you know, always, you know, making sure the other ones know how much they care about them and how much they value them in their lives, not just as musicians, but as people.
I just want to say Chad Smith yesterday playing his drums. He really moved me.
Yeah.
He really moved me. It was like, he reminded me of how important he is to this band.
Before, we used to just walk around holding grudges against each other and thinking mean things towards each other, but never discussing it. And now it's really important to each of us to talk about whatever the problems are and just to get through them before they stay inside of us and fester and plant that evil seed.
Basically, it's love that keeps it going.
When I look at history and I see bands breaking up and stuff, it's always because they didn't have that level of communication.
I will never, ever take for granted the magic that can happen when the four of us get together and just start improvising, which is where a lot of our songs come from. It's just from improvisation.
Our arms over the chest crossed like this. It takes four people, and our chemistry is very precious to us.
Every time it's the four of us standing on a stage together, like doing a sound check or whatever, it just always feels like magic to me.
We have to have love and respect for each other to be able to play the kind of music that we do. It's a part of the chemistry in our group that makes us sound and be the way that we are.
I think any time that you're tapping into, you know, the spirit around you, you know, you're part of something that is infinite. And I think the longer that we're around, the more we try to, you know, express that connection. You know, there's a reason why we're still together, for sure.
It's just, you know, chapter after new experience, and it's not like we're trying to accomplish some end. We're just kind of enjoying the process, and that way, you know, it stays vibrant, I guess.
I feel really fortunate and grateful to be who I am and where I am.
For myself, I'm just trying to live a peaceful life.
I constantly want to make music my whole life, but I only want to do it if it's good.
I'm just going to try to keep myself together and play good music.
I really love the people in my band, and I can't complain about my job.
As long as we stay together and, you know, keep our love for one another and our love for the music, there's no way that we're going to fail. Whatever spirits guide us that keep us wanting to do it, you know. I mean, invariably, it's been something where things will look bleak and it just doesn't look like it. Things seem like they're just not really happening, and something will happen that's really gives it meaning again. You know, something will happen, some piece of music will come to light, or an idea or a concept of an action to take, and it'll come together and be reborn like a, you know, like a, what are those birds, those magical birds that die and come back out of the ashes?
The phoenix?
The phoenix. Yeah, like a phoenix.